Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Today we can see that cryptocurrency market is looking in green. A beautiful sight, right? Most of the top 10 are in green and that's really good. Now, yes, XRP is only 3.4% up in last 24 hours, but if you consider the previous pump too, that's really huge. So if you take the percentage, like till 6 hours before, XRP was 44% up in the entire year. So that's actually positive news. Now guys, we have a lot of information to go through now, especially there are some kind of reputed individuals coming out pushing out FUD against XRP. So we will actually go through them and clarify what's actually happening. Then we will actually go through charts for Ethereum, what's happening there in Ethereum. Then we'll compare what's happening in Bitcoin. Then finally, we'll actually discuss through our coin, that's XRP. We'll discuss about the continuity patterns happening here in a daily. Then we'll move into 4-hour chart and discuss about the patterns which are emerging there. And we'll actually discuss what it is and what are the possibilities. Now guys, about the pump in Ethereum and Bitcoin, XRP, we actually did a video on last week, say January 29. If you guys have watched that video, you know that we already called this a week before. I'll actually play that video for you guys in a short moment. How we can understand the probability of what's gonna happen. Understanding the probability is the key for trading this market, because as we know that if you can turn the odds on your side, then that reduces your risk, because this is a market with a lot of risk, and if you can reduce that, limit that, and as we know that the XRP through different time scales, say we'll go through a shorter time frame and longer time frame as well for XRP, Ether, BTC, and a bit more time. Why I say that? If you draw a line connected, if you look at Ether, you can see that the price is actually flirting with the 200-day moving average. So the chances are that XRP is going to get to the 200-day moving average or above that soon. Now, in this chart, if you look at 200-day moving average, you can see that the 200-day moving average for same area, same trading range in which Ether is actually moving. Now, not the price range, but the pattern in which they are moving. And at the same time, it has room to move to the upside, being the overbought area. So, guys, we actually discussed about that previously. There is room to the upside for LTC, Ether, and other coins, and we can see that they are in green, like a big pump as coming. Like it's actually in the way. Like if you look at that in say 4-hour chart, bit zoomed out, looking at the MACD and RSI, you can see that the price is gonna go to the upside. Now yes, in a shorter time frame, say in 1 hour, we can see that there is a kind of divergence forming, but if you look at this trend which is being formed here, we actually reached the area of overhead resistance. And if we zoom out and look XRP on a daily, you can see that the price is currently just below the overhead resistance. Now say this area was previously acting as a long-term support line. Now the price is shy of this area. So guys, if we consolidate here for 1 or 2 days, that's normal, that's common. And say even if we come back touch point 26.25, that's actually okay to be there, because we actually managed to break above this now. This is the first one from Mr. BXRP, and it's actually showcasing the tweet from Brad Garlinghouse. He's showing that anyone who doesn't think the price of XRP is top of the mind awareness to Ripple had to think, because when the FUD was being pushed out, from the established guys, but not that positive thing to do when you don't know what's actually happening. Like say for example, they actually highlighting that no grats from Galaxy, showing that like he was talking to a group of analysts and he was telling them like the price of XRP is gonna underperform this year too. So what we actually talk here in this channel, you guys actually know, when the analysts are coming out from all the way and telling you that the price is gonna go up, you should be careful, right? Because the news which they put out for the mass is not always the same. It mostly happens to the opposite side. And now if the mass media is coming out and trying to create FUD, then I think yes, it is kind of an area where the price is going to go up. They know that the price is going to go up, so they are trying to push out those who are weak with their mentality. And there's the next one from the Bearable Bull, showing that recently I've seen the quantity and magnitude of FUD increasing exponentially. This means signals are bull run. Now yes, I completely agree with that perspective, because whenever this happens, you can actually understand, like, they are actually targeting something bad. And once the price move exponentially, they'll say, oh, this is going to happen, this is positive, that's going to happen, and they'll take out their profit and unload their coins to others. This is the next one from John Wicks, and he's highlighting that Bank of International Settlements, showing that fintech is growing to an economically relevant scale. Because if you actually go through that tweet, you can understand, when compared to the global financial system with the assets of USD 382 trillion in 2017, fintech activity is small. Okay, that's cool. Now yet there are some markets where fintech is growing to an economically relevant scale. So you guys have to think about that, because it shows crypto assets at peak January 2018, fintech trades, you can see that based on that, and it's around USD 1 trillion. So that's actually old story, right? Now when it happens next time, it's going to be too huge. Now, there were some of the viewers asking, where can XRP go, say, in the price. So I actually told them what I knew about a statement which was made from David Schwartz. Like, it's up to your imagination. Think about the total amount of settlements being done, total amount of assets in the world. Now this is from international settlement, right? The total assets of USD is 382 trillion. If you actually want to make the price for XRP based on this and XRP supply, you can do that, but you will be surprised. Now moving on to the next one, this is from the digital asset investor. He's actually showing this, and now XRP, he's actually analyzing, like, there was an article where I was actually highlighting that XRP outperforms both Bitcoin and Ethereum last 7 days. And when Noah Gratz is going to explain his Bitcoin valuation, he hasn't done it yet, right? It's not a stock, it's not, it's a cryptocurrency, but he's trying to evaluate it based on his macro level information, which he usually, he's an established trader with understanding, proper understanding of the macroeconomics. But I think in this particular aspect, if he's not considering XRP as a coin which has a future in terms of price and technology, then I think he's either fooling himself or trying to fool others. Now guys, there's an article from News BTC, and it's showing that the technicals are looking so strong, even in BTC to USD and XRP to BTC and XRP to USD chart. So this is the XRP to USD chart, and it's showing you that the long-term trend line has been reached and the price is going to move upside. So if that's going to happen, we are targeting 17. This analyst is actually targeting 14 to 17. Now that's kind of a target which we previously talked about, say 14 to 26. So in between that, if you can take out your profit, that's going to be huge. Now yes, that's what I'm speculating based on the information which I have and the charts. Like the charts, when I see that, I analyze that, it talks to me like that. I understand it like that. Now this is about BTC, right? Yeah, when the price of crypto assets are going upside, most of the time BTC will also be rising in price. So this will be in a similar range. And this is the next one from Ripple Insights, and I would actually like to highlight that this is the heading: cross-border transactions are the key to connecting a fragmented region. Now in that fragmented region, if you are going in and if you would like to understand it, that you can see that Southeast Asia has been gaining prominence as a startup battleground due to massive amounts of venture capital flowing into that region. Now, if you actually come down and look at this, they're actually talking about using blockchain in this case. XRP ledger transaction can be settled, as we know, with a fraction, and it is actually happening. Now, if you look at the real-time customers from them, some of them are highlighting they are saving up to 75% of the transaction cost. Now, the another one, which is from Bank of Santander, is highlighting that the transactions are happening in mere 4 to 5 clicks. So think, guys, they have actually announced 300 customers. And at the same time, they also told that around 50% of their customers are unannounced. So be prepared for the next announcement in which they will announce, say, 100, 200, 300 partners at the same time. So it's gonna be so huge. Now even if they don't do that together, say they'll only announce 10, then 10, then 20, then 10, then 20, it's gonna come out, right? If there are unannounced partners, say 300, at least they're gonna announce 200 or 150 this year. So 150 partners being announced in 1 year is gonna be so huge. Now this is XRP, and we're actually discussing about the shorter time frame patterns forming, right? In this pattern, you can actually recognize that this is a 1 hour chart, and you can see that we reached the overhead resistance area, but as of now, we are actually forming kind of a bull flag. Now, if you look at that on a 4 hour chart, you can actually understand it's kind of acting like a bull flag, and we actually got a continuation pattern here. Now, I mostly recognize this like a continuation pattern when this happens like this with the bullish pump, then a bit of consolidation, then up. If you look at that in a daily, you can actually see that, say, we pumped up considering this candle, this green candle is bigger, then we got 3 big soldiers who went up, then a bit of consolidation like this within that mother candle, then again pump to the upside, then again you got this, which is indicating a continuation pattern. So if you actually zoom out and look into a weekly chart, you can actually see the same, like we just got a continuation pattern here. So I personally think that we're gonna breach 0.3 to 0.5 area in maybe some weeks or within next 1 or 2 months. That's gonna happen. Now yes, that's my speculation, my opinion based on the charts, like the charts is talking to me in that aspect. So if that's happening, we are all happy to get that profit out. Now guys, that's all for the day, and again I would like to request you guys, if you guys like the content I provide on a regular basis, please do support the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.